Good morning, Year 4, and welcome to your maths lesson on Wednesday, the 27th of January. We are moving on to another new unit after our multiplication has finished, and we are moving back to addition, but this time we will be looking at column addition. So this is lesson 1 in this unit, and today we will be adding two 4-digit numbers with no regrouping. So just have a think about in your head, what is a 4-digit number? And what does it mean to not have regrouping? Okay, let's get started then. What number have I made here? Hopefully it won't take you too long to look at the different place values, and you'll see that there are 2 in the thousands, 4 in the hundreds, 5 in the tens, and a 1 in the ones column. And if I pop my comma in there, we'll see the number is 2,451. Can you have a think about a fact for that number? What's it bigger than? What's it smaller than? Can you think of another? How many even digits are there? How many odd digits? Is it even or odd in total? Think about what else you can tell me. Okay, from that number 2,451, which I've popped up here, how can we add this number 5,326 to it? What happens when we do? So you can see on the bottom of the screen, I have added these extra counters in. So let's just check I've got the right amount. 5 in the thousands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 in the hundreds, 1, 2, 3. 2 in the tens, 1, 2. And 6 in the ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what happens when we add those numbers together then? We've got 1 to start with, and I add on 6. That's going to give me 7. I've got 5 up here to start with, and I add on 2. That's going to give me another 7. 4 at the top here, and another 3 at the bottom. Again, 7. And 2 at the top, 5 at the bottom, 7 again. So in each row, in each column, I have 7. And I've made sure that I have lined up those numbers. So 7 in the thousands, 777. Hopefully you saw that too. Okay, let's have a go at another one then. What number have I shown you this time? Lovely, and well done if you're saying the same as me. 4 in the thousands, 100, 6 in the tens, and 4 in the ones. So if I pop that comma in, I can read the number 4,164. Okay, can you tell me a fact about this number? Again, what's it bigger than? What's it smaller than? How many are in each, even though we've just worked that out? How many even or odd digits? Can you tell me anything about multiplication? Maybe what multiplication table it would be in? Okay. So now we've got 4,164. Can we add 3,715 to this number? And what happens when we do? So let's just check at the bottom that I've added the right amount. 3 for the thousands number here. 700s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the hundreds. 110 and 5 ones. So the number is right in my coins here. So what happens when we add them together? I'm going to ask you to pause the video here and have a go first, and then I'll go through the answer with you in just a second. Okay, so we had 4 to start with, and we're adding on 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the ones column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens, add 1 is 7. 100 add 7 down here is 800, and 4 add 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if I pop my comma back in, we can see it's 7,879. And hopefully you got that answer too, and well done if you did. Okay, how else can I show this then? So does column addition help us with these problems? And we can see our little friend Colin down there, who's giving us a bit of advice with his vocabulary. So he said, we line up the ones with the ones, we line up the tens with the tens, we line up the hundreds with the hundreds, and we line up the thousands with the thousands. So you'll see that the original question was laid out like this, and you can see I've actually popped it over here in a column. Can you just check, have I lined those numbers up correctly? Have I put the ones with the ones, the tens with the tens, the hundreds with the hundreds, and the thousands with the thousands? And hopefully you'll agree I have. What I've also done at the top here is that I've written TH for thousand, H for hundred, T for tens, and not a zero, O for ones. And I've popped those numbers in the right column. So then let's have a go. 4 add 3 is 7. 8 add 1 is 9. 2 add 6 is 8. And 4 add 5 is 9. And the last thing I need to do is I need to pop that comma in. So my answer is 9,897. Now, just while we're still on this question, can you see how I've really carefully put one digit in each square? So I've used the squares on the slide here, and I'll ask you to use them in your books when you do so, but I've lined it up really carefully in each column so that I can see which column goes where, and I can make sure, like Colin said, that I'm lining up those digits correctly. Okay, let's have a go at another one then. This time, 2,759 add 4,130. And again, I'm just checking, have I lined up the ones with the ones, the tens with the tens, the hundreds with the hundreds, and the thousands with the thousands? I'm going to ask you to pause the video here, double check I've done that, and then to have a go at that question before we do it together. Off you go. Okay, so let's see if we got the same answer then. 9 add 0 is 9. 5 add 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 add 1 is 8. And 2 add 4 is 6. We're just giving you the answer there a little bit early. And then I popped my comma in. So I know my answer is 6,889. So a huge well done if you got that right. These aren't too tricky at the moment because remember our WALT today said they are not regrouping today. So hopefully this last one we'll be able to do as well. Just going to check my ones are lined up with my ones, my hundreds, my tens lined up with my tens, my hundreds with my hundreds, and my thousands with my thousands. And we'll just do this one quickly together. 2 add 6 is 8. 7 add 1 is 8. 4 add 5 is 9. And 5 add 3 is 8. And I popped my comma in there. So if you also could see how I got that, because I didn't really give you enough time to work it out by yourself, then well done. Okay, can you please have a go in your books at doing these? So I've specifically written them horizontally, and I'm going to ask you to put them into columns and make sure, just like Colin says, line up the ones with the ones, the tens with the tens, the hundreds with the hundreds, and the thousands with the thousands. And make sure that when you start adding, you always start out on the right-hand side, just like I've done in my examples. You add the ones, then the tens, then the hundreds, and then the thousands. Okay, off you go. Good luck with that. And make sure you come back in a minute and we will do the answers together. Okay, so I'm going to be remembering Colin's advice, but I am going to get rid of it just at the moment because I need to make sure that I'm putting my columns in. So I've got 5,432, and on the next line, 2,424. And hopefully that is just like you have set it out, but hopefully yours will fit into the boxes a little bit better. So I'm just going to make my numbers here a little bit bigger so they fit into those boxes. We're just about there. I'm probably going to have to pop that into, there you go. So they are just about, and because I've typed them, it's not as easy. And then I'm going to use my ruler to make my lines and pop my addition sign in. Okay, so 2 add 4 is 6. 3 add 2 is 5, 4 add 4 is 8, and 5 add 2 is 7, and then I pop my comma in. So if you had 7,856, please give yourselves a tick. Okay, next one, again, I'm going to write it out, 6,363 and 2,322. And again, I hope you're making sure that you're putting them one box per digit. Again, it's just slightly trickier on the computer for me, but don't worry, I will get there. Again, roughly one box per digit there, using my ruler lines. And popping my addition sign. Okay, 3 add 2 is 5, 6 add 2 is 8, 3 add 3 is 6, and 6 add 2 is 8. So if you had the answer 8,685, give yourselves a tick. Okay, I'm going to move the screen down slightly, just so I've got a bit more space. And again, let's do the next one. 7,264, adding 1,735. And I'm just going to, again, try and make those fit into the boxes as best I can. That's not too bad. Adding my rulered lines in and popping my addition sign. Okay, next one then. 4 add 5 is 9, 6 add 3 is 9, 2 add 7 is 9, and 7 add 1 is 8. So if you had 8,999 for that answer, please give yourselves a tick. Okay, last one then. Something is equal to 5,076 or 5,076. Add 2,831. And we've spoken before, don't let the order confuse you. It's still asking you the same questions. They've just put the equal sign, or I've just put the equal sign at the front. So again, one box per digit as best as I can on the computer, making sure I'm using my ruler to get my equal lines and popping in my addition sign at the side so I know what calculation I'm doing. Okay, 6 add 1 is 7. 7 add 3. Oh, have I done a 7 add 3? Miss Fowler's made a mistake here because we shouldn't be regrouping today. So even if you've done this calculation, I'm going to just change that number to a 5 because we shouldn't be regrouping today. And then we'll go back and carry on with that question. Apologies for that. So 5 add 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 0 add 8 is 8. And 5 add 2 is 7. Okay, so you shouldn't have had to regroup on that one because our whole WALT today is not having to regroup. So if you now have the answer 7,887, can you give yourselves a tick? And again, Miss Fowler apologizes. I'm sorry, I made a mistake with that question. Okay, hopefully you didn't find those too tricky, but you remembered Colin's advice. Line up the ones with the ones, the tens with the tens, the hundreds with the hundreds, and the thousands with the thousands. Okay, Emmett has had a problem today. Emmett thinks that 3,241 add 1,423 is 2,846. Explain why he is incorrect. So I'm going to ask you to pause the video again at this point. Just have a look at what he's done. And not only do I want the correct answer, I'd love for you to be able to work out what he actually did. Okay, pause the video here, off you go. Okay then, let's see what Emmett did. So he had his first number 3,241. And if we add 1,423 to it, we should put those numbers directly beneath each other. Now, I can't quite make them 1 digit per square because the squares on here are larger, but I have put the ones under the ones, the tens under the tens, roughly. There you go. Hundreds under hundreds and thousands under thousands. But has he? He had the answer that will probably be a little bit different to ours. So let's see what we get. If we, with my black pen, if we do 1 add 3, we get 4. 4 add 2, which is 6. 2 add 4, which is 6. And 3 add 1, which is 4. We get a very different number than he got. So let's see what he did. And I'm going to move Emmett out the way for the moment. So if he had his number 3,241, and I'm just going to pop this slightly in a different order for you to see. Let's see where he had to put his numbers to get the calculation. So his answer he had was 2,846. So where did he put his? 1 add something gives us 6. We haven't got a 5 in here. But what has he added to it maybe? Or what numbers could have been made up to 6? What numbers could he have done? So he either hasn't answered it correctly or he hasn't lined it up. So you can explain why he's correct because he hasn't lined his numbers up correctly. You could possibly see maybe, maybe he's put this number the wrong way round. Let's have a look at that. So instead of putting the hundreds in the hundreds, the thousands in the thousands, let's do this number backwards. If he did his 3 there, then 2, 4, 1, and then his 1, 4, 2, 3. So this one at the bottom is the correct order from here. But this first one, he's almost flipped it because our 3 and our 3 is our 6, 2 add 2 is 4, 4 add 4 is 8. So he's flipped that first number and he has almost put that number in backwards order. So he's called this number here, his ones, his tens, his hundreds and his thousands. So hopefully when you are explaining, you can show the place values over the number that he's put and explain it's wrong. And again, use that vocabulary that Colin's taught us. Put the ones under the ones, the tens under the tens, the hundreds under the hundreds, and the thousands under the thousands. Takes a lot to say, but it definitely helps. Okay. Your task for today then, you have 5 do it questions, very, very similar to the ones we did. And I'm really hoping that I haven't made a mistake and done any regrouping on those. I'm pretty sure I haven't. You then have a Colin problem. Colin has made a mistake. Can you explain why he is incorrect? And then you'll go deeper today. It says, Coco is adding together 2 4-digit numbers. The answer is 6,789. All of the digits of the 2 numbers are different. Can you find possible pairs of numbers which add together? So you're going to have to create 2 numbers, 2 4-digit numbers that you add together with each number that is different. And it does say to find possible pairs. So please try to find at least 2, 3, 4, 5, however many pairs you can. Good luck with that today. I'm going to let you pause the video now and go and have a go at that and then just come back at the end for the learning pit. Good luck. Okay, huge well done with that today. Hopefully you found the addition of 2 4-digit numbers without regrouping okay. I'm hoping you're going to be quite far up the learning pit today, but don't worry if you're not because we will be practicing our addition more over the next few lessons. If you could pop this on your work, if you then send us your maths work today, that would be brilliant. But a huge well done for having a go today, and I will see you for some more maths tomorrow. Take care for now. Bye.